Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to solve another shortfall on the Tesla, or at least what many people consider to be a shortfall. Now, the system that you have in a Tesla that uses this single screen with Google Maps and all the bits that go with it is very clever, and there's a lot that it can do. But there's plenty of people who still would prefer to use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And so I've been sent a kit that you can install in your Model 3 that allows you to have exactly that. It's still sealed. We are literally going to do this together, but I'm really interested to see what how well it works and what it looks like. So stay with me and let's see how it goes. Okay, let's kick the video off by saying a huge thank you to CarlinKit, who have sent this through the post for me. So what it offers is online upgrades, wireless connection, plug and play, and all the functionality of Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, because it appears on the screen, presumably using the browser looking at the pictures on the back, but we'll see all that in a minute. But why do you need it? Now, arguably, the system inside a Tesla is very complete. The Google Maps functionality is really good. On your phone, you can actually export, once you've got the Tesla app, you can export a location you find in Apple Maps or Google Maps to the car, which is really clever. But the functionality when it comes to things like the voice assistant is so. I mean, if I go to the Tesla one and I push on the steering wheel, open the glove box. Oh, it says open the cool box. That's the point, you see. I thought I was pretty clear there, but here we go. Let's try again. Open the glove box. And it opens the glove box. So it works, but it's a little temperamental. And it can do things to do with the car. But once you go outside the car, so if I try again, what's the weather like today? See, on the screen here, what I've got is command not understood. So it can do things to do with the car, but not much else. Whereas when you're dealing with, say, Google or Siri, then generally you've got options way beyond the car because you're tapping into the internet, basically. You've got the full AI resource. So you can ask about the weather. You can ask about what time shops are open till or where the nearest shop is. That kind of functionality just seems to work better on a phone. Plus, while you've still got options to the maps on the phone, you've also got third-party apps. So the likes of Waze, which I keep mentioning, you can use that on Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. You can access your music I think, just a little bit easier. Because obviously you've got the Spotify app on the Tesla. So you can tap the button there and there's Paul's favourites and there's a bit of a mix. And that works fine. But if I want to just listen to my music, and I know I'm a bit old-fashioned in that I actually have my own music on my phone, I have to pair it via Bluetooth, and it works, but it's not brilliant. Whereas if I'm running Apple CarPlay, I can see it on screen. I've got the album cover, I've got the simple functionality, and I've got Siri control. I just like it. So I've got to admit, Apple CarPlay is one of the things that I had in my previous cars that I don't have in this, and I absolutely do miss. So I'm intrigued to see what this is like. I should also mention, by the way, just in case you're noticing that I look different compared to my other videos, I have a new toy. These are Ray-Ban Metas, and I've only had them a day, and so far I think they're absolutely incredible. I'm going to do a video on them in the future. If you're not familiar with them, basically they're Ray-Ban Wayfarers, but with Meta technology built in. So there's a camera here. It's 12 meg, I think. It's equivalent to like an iPhone 11. There's speakers so I can listen to music. It's a hands-free kit and it's got AI built in. And they're still Ray-Ban glasses that react to UV light and go dark. I think they're incredible. But anyway, that's for another video, but just in case you're wondering, just in case. So let's get back to this. So literally, I'm opening this with you live. Again, I have a number of cameras running. So I've got my Osmo Pocket 3 vlog camera that's filming my face and it follows me around. I've got my 360 camera that's shooting the screen, and I've also got the GoPro ready to go in case I have to install this anywhere, which I suspect I might, into the glove box. So I've got everything ready, so hopefully we can cover it all. So let's open it up and see what's in it. It said you are literally witnessing this live. I'm opening this for the first time. So nice black box, and in it you have this. So simple little box, one connection on it, just a little USB-C. And the top's covered. It looks like a speaker underneath, but it could be for cooling, I suppose. And then in here we have, let's take the plastic bit out. We've got two connections, a USB-C to USB-C and a USB-A to USB-C, which I guess is probably something to do with whether or not you're plugging it into a USB-A or a USB-C socket. So let's have a look at the instruction manual. It's a little one, but it's in there, and it's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 languages. So it's definitely It's a global product. Right, power input 5 volts 1 amp, which suggests it's definitely going straight into a USB. And wireless CarPlay connection diagram suitable for cars, LED indicated description, instructions. So plug the product into the car USB port. Now what I'm going to do here, if you remember on one of my previous videos with the Joe controllers, which are fantastic gaming controllers, I plugged the hub into the USB that has the memory stick, in the glove box, which is what stores your dash footage. And if you remember, it came with a 3 USB adapter. So I've used 2 to connect the 2 controllers, and I still have a third one spare. So we can use that, which is a USB-A, which they have provided in the box. So I'll open the glove box. I'm going to use my sexy button, which I've got hidden back here. If I hold my finger on it, it opens the glove box. And we just pull the whole thing out. So this is the unit, just to remind you. So you've got a USB-A on the front because it's a USB-A socket in there. You've got that 90-degree adapter for the memory stick, and then you've got the 2 wireless hubs for the controllers there. And this cable goes in with a solid bit on the left. It's much easier from out here. Now I've got to get this back in though, so let's see if we can feed that in. We're in, okay. Okay, so now we've just got this loose cable, so let's take the adapter and let's plug it in. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I've given it power, and we've got a series of lights that are coming on screen there. Let's get this protective cover out of the way. We'll stick it up there for now. So I can see a power button. Let's go back to the instructions and see what they have to say. So we'll just point that there. Plug it in, turn on your mobile phone hotspot before connecting. Oh, okay, we'll do that first then. So if I open the hotspot on my phone, I don't need to show you that. So if you're using an iPhone, then you open your settings and you go into personal hotspot, and then just make sure you turn it on, which I have now done. Next thing, search for AutoKit by Bluetooth on your phone and connect, choose, use CarPlay. So if I go to AutoKit 90DC, so AutoKit I can see, and it's given me a pairing code. And I choose connect, choose, use CarPlay, so click on pair. Allow contacts and favourites sync. I'm guessing yes, because that's obviously going to be working with CarPlay. So I'm connected. Click on the Wi-Fi icon in the upper right corner of your car screen. Okay. So it's searching for a Wi-Fi network. Oh, it's come up on the screen saying use CarPlay. So I've said yes. So AutoKit, and then it says enter the password, and then confirm. Okay, so it's connecting to a Wi-Fi network that's coming from the box we've just installed. That device presumably is now connected to my phone, so it's using data from my phone. Oh, internet's unreachable. I seem to have a data issue with my phone, unfortunately, which seems to be a problem. So this is so yeah, it says there's no internet. I do have 3G, but it is a bit weak because I've disconnected from the home Wi-Fi to activate the personal hotspot for this to work. I guess I just need to keep trying this until maybe need to drive somewhere where I've got a better mobile signal. Okay, we're going to pick up where we left off. I've now driven somewhere else where my mobile signal is a little better. I'm now on 4G, which is good. So, just to refresh, my CarPlay, my personal hotspot is turned on. So the unit can connect to that. My Bluetooth connection to the device is connected. So we've got connectivity there. CarPlay is switched on, and so I now go to the Wi-Fi setting on the car. It can see the AutoKit. It's connected to it. That's good. So I guess just by driving here, it's done it. In fact, yeah. So I tick the remain connected in drive like it told me to. So back to my instructions. That's good. That's good. We're where we need to be. So let's turn the screen on there off. So go to the browser page of the car screen. So the browser on a Tesla is that icon there. So if I click that, and then go to testpush.com. So testpush.com, and then enter. There it is. Gosh, it's that simple. And that appears to be that's my phone. That's got my apps on it. It's got Ringo, it's got all the bits on it. If I go to Waze, for example, which is one, as you know, I'm a fan of when I'm driving, well, that's it. I've got CarPlay. How incredibly straightforward. I can still obviously access Spotify. So I've got a bit of a Rick Astley thing going on at the moment. We went to see him live last week at the Lytham Festival, and he was fantastic. Should you ever come across this video, Rick Astley, you were fantastic. But yeah, so it's got my WhatsApp bits on it, and Google Maps will work fine here. And then obviously you've got Apple Maps, so if you prefer to use that. Well, there you go. That's actually a remarkably straightforward installation, providing you've got a signal. So that's the only lesson. So when you get in the car, instead of the phone connecting via Bluetooth to the car, presumably what it's doing now is connecting via Bluetooth to that box. And the box is connected to the car via Wi-Fi, which means that I should have full functionality in terms of using all the Apple CarPlay functions, in terms of making phone calls, receiving phone calls, bringing up the favourites, sending messages, sending WhatsApps, obviously using all the map functionality, listening to my own music. That's really clever. I like that. I wonder if I could make it smaller in some way. I'll have a play with the settings, but no, well done. That's a clever piece of kit. Yeah, credit where it's due there to CarlinKit. This is really, really good. I'll put the link to this, the item, in the description below, and obviously do check out their website and the link up there. That's just not causing me any extra work at all. I mean, all you're going to have to do is just put it into browser and you're on. And if I choose to listen to my own music, so if I click music, don't judge me. Yeah, look, there it is on screen. I'm not going to press play because then I'll trigger a copyright, but I really like that. Oh, how about, hey Siri, what's the weather like today?
Expect cloudy skies today. Daytime temperatures will hover around 17 degrees, with overnight lows around 11.
Interesting, but the audio is coming through my phone then, not the car. So I'm going to have to try the music, but obviously ignore this bit. I'm going to have to mute it.
A few moments later.
Okay, so the music played, but it played through my phone, not through the car. So I need to figure that bit out. I guess if I go to can it be connected to both? So if I connect to Paul's iPhone Pro, am I disconnecting everything else, or will the audio then come through onto the phone? Okay, so that's connected. So now if I go back to the browser, right, so the phone has to be connected to the car and the box via Bluetooth, which is easy enough to do because it can handle multiple connections. And then the Wi-Fi is connected to the box, and you're good to go. Okay, and I know that sounds complicated. It genuinely isn't. That was just a journey of discovery. So when you're doing this, follow the instructions to set it up. That was relatively straightforward. Make sure you got a mobile signal. And then when you come to use it and listen to music and things, just make sure your phone is connected to both devices simultaneously, and you're good to go. Okay, just a quick follow-up now. I'm now sat in the driver's seat. I've just driven home and had a bit of a play once I got on the drive, and I just wanted to show you the settings that are definitely worth changing. So if I just flick this round, if I show you my screen now, you'll see it's got a lot more icons on there. So we've got 4 across and 3 down, whereas previously it was just, I think it was 2x4, and they were quite large. So the way I fixed that, and I've also been able to personalize the order of things, that's by going into your iPhone and going to the actual CarPlay option under General, and then you can drag around and choose the location of the icons. But the way I did this is, on your home screen you'll have Auto. If you click on there, and then on there you've got Display. Now, when you first set this up, this was on fast, this was on standard, this was on picture. So I moved it over to HD, moved that over to fast, moved that over to video, and that's how we've got the better resolution. But the shortcut bar was still on the left, so I also went to System and then told it I was in a right-hand drive car instead of left-hand drive car. So now I have the screen as I would like it. I've got more icons, I've got my shortcuts closer to me, I can see the battery life of my phone, I can see my signal. And crucially, by the way, if you do want to go full screen, which you can on this new Tesla software update, you just press that there, but it just stretches it. So it's designed for that small space. So while it's feasible, I wouldn't bother. Just leave it on the small space, and then when you drive the car, you're absolutely fine. I really like that. That's added functionality without me having to do anything. Said that box will just live in the glove box, and whenever I fancy it, I can just connect to it just by opening the browser, and I'm good to go. I like it. Fantastic. So there you go. If you want Android Auto, because that works in exactly the same way, or Apple CarPlay in your Tesla, that box is the solution. It's not too expensive. Said the link is up there. It's well worth having. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. Please, if you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe, and I, of course, look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care. Have a great day.